Hello to the Deep Dive family. Welcome to another Deep Dive. How would you feel if I told you that the most powerful survival tool nature placed within you is the very thing that is slowly killing you today? An ancient superpower, once designed to save our ancestors' lives, has now become a double-edged sword turned against us. By the end of this video, you will learn how to tame this dangerous superpower and make it serve you once again. But to understand this secret, we must begin our journey on a cold, dark night, 50,000 years ago. A night when everything changed forever. In this moment of life and death, something magical happens inside the tribe's leader, For him, time slows down. The world shifts into slow motion. In a fraction of a second, his brain identifies the tiger as a vital threat and flips a switch that unleashes the dormant superpower within him, the stress response. This is the curiosity gap we want to fill today. What exactly is this system, and why, despite being built to save us, has it now become our enemy? Let's take a look inside Ur's body. His brain sends an emergency signal to two small glands on top of his kidneys. These two glands, called the adrenal glands, act like two little commanders and immediately pump a hormone called adrenaline into his veins. Adrenaline, like jet fuel, spreads throughout his body, activating the fight-or-flight mode. His heart begins to beat at an incredible speed to deliver blood and oxygen to his muscles. His lungs expand to gulp in more air. The pupils of his eyes dilate to track the tiger's slightest movements. In this state, Ur's body shuts down all non-essential systems. Digestion? Not important right now. The immune system to fight off germs? There's time for that later. Repairing minor wounds? Not a priority at all. All the body's energy is mobilized for one single purpose: surviving the next few minutes. The battle is long and grueling. The tiger is desperate and hungry and won't back down easily. The explosive energy from adrenaline is running out, and is in danger of collapsing. At this point, his body executes Plan B. Another hormone, called cortisol, enters the battlefield. Cortisol is the patient strategist of this battle. Its job is to manage a long-term stress response. Cortisol orders the body to convert all sugar and fat reserves into usable fuel to provide the energy needed to continue the fight. Like a crisis manager, it directs all resources toward the muscles and brain, keeping the other parts on standby. Finally, after an epic struggle, and his tribe manage to defeat the tiger. The danger has passed. Now their bodies slowly exit combat mode. The rest and digest system is reactivated. Wounds begin to ache, and a deep exhaustion washes over them. It's time for celebration, rest, and healing. The superpower of stress did its job perfectly and saved their lives. Now, open your eyes. Return to the world of today. Where is that saber-toothed tiger? It went extinct thousands of years ago, but our body's alarm system, the same 50,000-year-old system as Ur's, is still in place. And this is where our modern tragedy begins. This is the turning point of our story. That ancient superpower is now living in a world that no longer resembles the world of its creation. Our brain, for all its complexity, still doesn't fully grasp the difference between a deadly threat and a daily hassle. Biologically, an angry email from your boss, an unpaid bill, getting stuck in heavy traffic, or even seeing bad news on social media can all send the same emergency signal to your brain. They are the paper tigers of the modern world. And how does your body react? Exactly the same way Ur's body reacted to a real tiger. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tense up, cortisol flows through your blood. The problem is, you're neither going to fight your boss nor flee from traffic. So all this mobilized energy remains trapped inside your body. You experience these micro-stresses dozens of times a day, and your fight-or-flight system is almost constantly active, even if you no longer notice it. This condition, chronic stress, is one of the deadliest conditions a modern human can experience. This is the bridge directly to all of our lives. When stress becomes chronic, that superpower turns into an internal torturer. The price of this condition is the slow destruction of every part of your body and brain. Your muscles, tensed for a fight that never comes, lead to pounding headaches and chronic pain in your neck and shoulders. Your digestive system, constantly suppressed, runs into trouble, and you may develop irritable bowel syndrome. High cortisol levels disrupt fat metabolism, causing fat to accumulate in your abdominal area. your body's cells become resistant to insulin, and the risk of developing type 2 diabetes skyrockets. Your heart, which is relentlessly pounding, wears out. Your blood vessels are not built for this constant pressure and are gradually damaged, dramatically increasing the risk of a heart attack or stroke. Your brain is not safe from this assault either. Chronic stress changes your brain's wiring. The parts responsible for calm, logical thinking weaken, while the parts responsible for quick, emotional reactions grow stronger. You literally become worse at thinking clearly. You make impulsive, bad decisions, turn to emotional eating or substance abuse, and in a vicious cycle, you create new problems for yourself. Your memory and cognitive abilities decline, and you slowly drift toward anxiety and depression. Under chronic stress, you are simply a weaker, sicker, and sadder version of yourself. A hellish cycle that becomes harder to escape the longer you're in it. So now we return to the promise from the beginning of the video. How do we tame this superpower? How do we use this double-edged sword only to protect ourselves, not to destroy ourselves? The good news is, there is a solution. The first step is to listen to your body. If you feel stressed, you are stressed. Period. You don't need to wait for some universal threshold. Next, ask yourself, is this stress response constructive in this situation? Is there an end in sight? If you're studying for an important exam or working on a big project, stress can be the very superpower that helps you be your best. But here's the key, your body needs rest after the battle. Relaxation isn't laziness. Relaxation is vital self-care. You must actively and regularly switch off the fight-or-flight system and turn on the rest and digest system. This can be done through exercise, spending time with friends, walking in nature, or meditation. You must consciously give your body the all-clear signal. But what if you're dealing with chronic unhelpful stress? Here, you need to be more strategic. First, you must identify and eliminate the paper tigers. Look at your daily life. What things stress you out for no good reason? Perhaps it's scrolling through negative news on social media. Maybe it's interacting with toxic people. Remember that social media algorithms are designed to engage you, and negative emotions create the most engagement. Sometimes deleting an app or unfollowing a few pages can remove a huge amount of stress from your life. For bigger problems, the solutions must also be bigger. If you're in a toxic work environment, maybe it's time to think about changing your job. If you're in an abusive relationship, maybe you need to end it. These decisions are hard, but their impact on your mental and physical health is crucial. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Many of our tigers are creations of our own minds. Mindfulness practices like meditation help you teach your brain that an email is not a saber-toothed tiger. And finally, the most powerful move against chronic stress, asking for help. When your brain is in a state of stress, it's poor at problem solving. Sometimes you need an outside perspective. Talk to your friends or family or seek help from a professional. Sharing the burden makes it lighter. In the end, life will always throw its stressors our way. This is unavoidable. And that's okay. Stress is your superpower. Use it. But never forget to return to the other side after every battle. To the side of calm. To the side of healing. Maybe the next time a notification pops up on your phone, and your heart skips a beat, you'll remember and that saber-toothed tiger. And then, instead of an unconscious reaction, you'll take a deep breath and remind yourself that there is no real tiger, and the power to choose your response has always been, and always will be, in your hands. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. If this video was valuable to you, help us spread this awareness to more people by liking it and sharing it. And in the comments section, tell us what is the biggest paper tiger in your life, and what is the first step you'll take to tame it. Deep Dive family, we love you guys. And until the next video, think deep.